Leicester 2, Manchester United 2. And in fact, Man United and Ollie's men collapsed this afternoon. The better team on the pitch, taking the lead twice. And both times within 5-6 minutes, throwing the game away. Highly frustrating, highly annoying. And this is exactly why we said just a few short days ago, you do not put Man United in conversations of winning titles because we have no pedigree of the last decade or so, just under a decade, really, of getting ourselves over the line in these opportune moments. Not a bad result, by the way. Going away to Leicester City and not losing, taking the lead twice is really not a concern. How quickly we conceded after scoring goals, definitely a problem. You give credit to Leicester. They were very good at times. They moved the ball very well and then sat off. It made you wonder why Leicester didn't put more pressure on Man United throughout the games. Whenever they did, they seemed to go on and score. But overall, a frustrating day in the end for Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes, of course, coming up trumps again. Just the best attacking midfield player in the world, hands down. But the rest of the Man United team today, all of them really, can probably leave, barring Cavani, could probably leave... a lot is left to be desired, really. Rashford scored his goal, but missed a sitter in the opening minute from 6 yards with his head. He did have a very, very good shot saved by Kasper Schmeichel in the second half as well. That can't be denied. And do you know, I suppose it's interesting. I'm really interested to hear what neutral fans have got to say. I think for a neutral, that was probably an amazing game. For a Man United fan, it was frustrating because I think we had the advantage twice. I think we played the better football, but we didn't get the job done. It's probably one of those results like with Man City in 2 or 3 days' time, in 2 or 3 more games' time, I might look back and be a little happier with it. But I really felt as though Man United should have taken all 3 points today. That's how it feels to me as a United fan watching right now. And a lot of my players today could probably look back. Do you know what this reminds me of the City game in the sense of every single player did a couple of things that were amazing, but every single player did a couple of things that was absolute dog poo today. Every single one of them. And that's what was really frustrating for me watching today. For as brilliant as some moments were, there was rubbish in others. The last 4 or 5 minutes, I didn't even feel like we looked for the win. That's always frustrating for me to see as a Man United fan. But the unbeaten run continues. 27 points, 4 points off the top, level on games. So, you know, if you'd have told me if we're going to be sort of 14 games into the season, we're going to be 4 points off Liverpool, top of the league, I would have taken that. I definitely would have taken that after we were beat and pumped 6-1 by Tottenham Hotspur, by the way, who were battered by Leicester a few short days ago. So I'm really operating here, my assessment, with really high standards. I wanted more than this, but overall, it's probably not a bad result if I'm going to be really honest. But there is an element of me today as a United fan that's frustrated. I hope you enjoyed your Christmas. Also, Leicester deserve credit, replacing Arsenal in the top 6. That Leicester do deserve credit, and I'm not trying to take anything away from Leicester City at all. They're a very good team, and I think we might have to inaugurate them into this team, the top 7 channel coming very soon. Jose here says, some will blame the defense, but the reason we drew was because we didn't take our chances in the final third. Do you know, it's a combination of both, mate. Man United missed big opportunities, but both the goals we conceded were just really sloppy, in my opinion. The first goal, Bruno Fernandes gives it away. McTominay doesn't close down quick enough. De Gea, for me, shuffling his feet, caught out. The second goal, it felt inevitable. We scored. Okay, nothing silly for 5-10 minutes. And we just sat back. We're a little bit negative. We invited them. And it was fortuitous. Vardy's shot was... They cannot credit that goal to Vardy. It was going wide by a country mile. And it hits Axel and it goes in. So I do hear you on that. It is largely frustrating from a Man United fan's point of view as well. We've got some more super chats to do here. Make sure you're smashing that like button. And we are live again after Arsenal-Chelsea today. Philip Hunt here says... both these teams played amazingly. As a Liverpool fan, this is the result I prayed for. Bruno is crazy world-class. Merry Christmas, Terry Flewers. Full name used. Thank you. Look, Bruno Fernandes is just the best attacking midfielder in the world. And I love the geezers to bits. Another one from Daniel here that says, still have a game in hand. Also, Leicester deserved the point. Absolutely. And we do still have that game in hand over the likes of Leicester. We win that. We go clear second in the league right now. That's how it stands. But yeah, just a little bit of frustration. Josh here with the super chat says, I thoroughly enjoyed watching the game as a United fan. Result is frustrating, but being fair, Leicester matched us mainly. Hope you enjoyed your Christmas, Terry. I did, bruv. So you look at it differently to me. I don't really enjoy watching any Man United games. I'm far too stressed, anxious, frustrated, annoyed. I enjoy football when I watch other teams. When it's Man United, I'm very unyielding. It's Man United play brilliantly or I'm upset is pretty much it. And the results matter more to me than performance. So I'd have preferred us to have looked dog poo today. Remember everyone was moaning a few games ago, we concede first. I don't mind going 5-0 down today as long as we win 6-5. Results, results, results. I'm a substance over style man every single day of the week. Do you know what I'm saying? Man like Zane here. Merry Christmas, Zane. Says Fridge rubbish again and Rodgers and Vardy and Casper joining the Emirates in the summer. Bruv, Maguire wasn't the fault for any of the goals. I love how rivals, Man United conceding like it must have been Maguire's fault. In fairness, Jamie Vardy's movement for the equaliser was brilliant. And it was 2 or 3 other people, you know, I mean, I know he's got a big head, Maguire. What do you expect him to get it in the way of the first shot from Harvey Barnes? Come on, bruv. The agenda is a madness. Absolute madness. Smash that like and share button. Once we get past 500 likes, we're going to get the panel on board. 2 fraud managers. Bruv, you support Man City, you're saying, don't you? 2 frauds in front of Pep. It's a madness, bruv. This defense is trash. Yeah, Man United defense today was poor. Terry, 2 points per game is a great return. It is good. It is very, very good. I'm not denouncing Man United's position in the league. Don't get that wrong. I think we could have won today. I think the team that will go on and win the title sees out that game at 2-1. That's why I said recently, I'm loving the vibes we're on. I'm going to celebrate being in third and on the points we're on because we're on an upward trajectory. I'm buzzing with that, boys. My point is we are now in no title race because we can't see games out like this. Today was almost the epitome of that. Good afternoon, Terry. Merry Christmas to you, mate, and your family. I owe you. Sorry. I, for one, was happy with the result. Both teams played well, and it was a fair result. Do you know what? You're a Chelsea fan, so it was a massive result for Chelsea. Chelsea were probably sitting there celebrating like madness when Jamie Vardy scores his goal. 23 goals conceded in 14 games is that something to worry about? Look, I think when you move 6 goals, if you think about 9 of those goals came in our opening couple of games, there is still something to worry about. We do need to sharpen up at the back. We are conceding far too many goals. That can't be denounced. That can't be denied. I want to see it tightened up. If Man United can start conceding 30, 40% less goals for the remainder of the season, who knows what can happen. But you're damn right. Defensively, things have got to improve here for Manchester United. Josh says, Zayn Miyagi, faulted wisdom. Look, Zayn's just upset, and Zayn's in a relegation fight, bro. Zayn's in the mud. It's all good. How is Rashford's finishing acceptable for a club like Man United? 2 chances missed. Well, let's get this absolutely right. The header, you can criticize Rashi for. No problem with that at all. What I will say is I've seen some of the world's greatest ever football players miss from point-blank range before. So let's not allow ourselves to let's not act like we've got no fucking brains. Let's not act like our mums dropped us on our heads multiple times as babies. Let us not act as though we've been starved of oxygen. Do you know what I mean? Let's not act like we have to be fed via a food blender here, right? Let's be very, very sensible. All players miss big chances. The second chance Rashford didn't score was one of the best saves we'll see this season. Because if De Gea pulled it off, if Hendo pulled it off, if you're a Liverpool fan and Ellison pulled it off, you're celebrating, you're making highlight clips. Rashford missed 1 chance today, terrible miss, but then he scored and had another one saved. For me, like pointing out Rashford, and it's not good enough for a club this level. Messi's conversion rate in the last 10 years is 16%. Do the math. That's if you've got the brain power to. Daniel here says, Zane, are you ready to get destroyed later? We are saving Boxing Day. I do hope you can do that. Super chat here from Yazir. We're not on the 500 like marks yet, people. Get that hit. Says, it is what it is. We should have won the game, but we need to find a solution in the back. To everybody who said Tuanzebe or Bailey, the answer today equals no. In fairness, I really did think that Tuanzebe was better than Lindelof in the left right back position when he came on, but that's just my view. We'll pose those questions. Remember to get your questions in ready for the panel coming on in a few moments. Terry is rattled. He's red in the face. I'm not rattled, bruv. I've been drinking a lot over Christmas, and I happen to have a really fair complexion due to me being white, and it makes the skin go a bit red. That's all, bruv. I've had a nice Christmas, but well done, Graham Doyle. I'm sure, great, with a name like Graham Doyle, I'm sure you go red after a few whiskeys as well, bruv. You know what I'm saying then, my brother. Jurgen Klopp here says, afternoon, Terry. I think if you want to win the Premier League, you need to win head-to-head last season. Top 8, Liverpool picked up 34 points out of 38. Yeah, Man United's top sort of 6, top 8 sort of table this season isn't particularly great, and I hear you on that one. We're going to go to the panel now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much so far. Get your comments in, get your super chats in. Let's see what the boys have got to say. Yes, we're joined by KJ, Cam. We've got Neeks in the house, man like Alfie. I'm going to go to KJ first. Disappointed not to pick up the win. Give me your thoughts on the performance and result, mate.
I'm just salty right now because the draw, like if you actually look at the game holistically, it's a draw is a fair result. Both teams weren't up to the races. Both teams were sloppy in periods, and both defenses made mistakes that led to each other team scoring. So when you look at it, yes, a draw is a fair result, but I don't care about fair when it comes to United. I just want to win. And today we go 2-1 up, and I'm like, right, cool. 8 minutes left. All you got to do is stay switch on. All you got to do is stay focused, and we couldn't do that again. And me and you, Terry, were saying, you know what, we'll chillax on the title push, the title challenge talk, because we see these games coming. And I said, at the end of these runs of coming up to Liverpool, if we come out with like all these points, then yeah, I might say something. But for now, it's a draw. I'm not like vexed that we drew, because at the grand scheme of things, we still have that game in hand. We still are able to go second above Leicester. So it's not like we're in a terrible spot and we're now just going to be a sinking ship. No, it's fine. Today was like a C performance. Like, we did things well and we did things poorly, and in the end, we got what both teams deserved, which was a draw. So I'm just, it's one of those ones where you deflate it afterwards because like, we're so close to winning. By the end of the day, it is what it is, and we move on.
I think what you said there before I go to anybody else, like we've said, when we come to that Liverpool game, it's about how far we are away from Liverpool and the result in that game. If Liverpool drop points over Christmas, this draw suddenly looks positive. It's all about what other teams do now, which is frustrating. I'm going to go to Aaron here, brother. I mean, we've just seen the team draw. We took the lead in this game rather than conceding goals. There were good moments and bad moments. You know, how are you feeling after that?
I'm not feeling good and I'm not feeling bad. Like, probably like in between. But you know what? You've almost got close to no time to really reflect on the game, because the next one's on Tuesday already. I checked the fixture list and I'm like, right, this is going quick. So really and truly, the players are going to go back today, recovery session tomorrow. Are you really going to have time to tactically work on things? Probably not. It's, to be fair, December's all about who's fit and who's not. I think that's the most important thing. Let's just hope and pray that everyone's fit, because again, we've seen today that the depth in our squad is ridiculous, isn't it? Cavani coming on, making an instant impact. Pogba coming on, making an impact. It helps us, man. Like, let's be real about it. So, but yeah, on the game today, I feel like we could have won the game. To me, it's rather 2 points dropped than a point earned, because I feel like we were the better team. We had the better chances. In certain spells of the game, we controlled it more than Leicester did, especially that second goal. I thought it was a proper tap-in, but obviously watching the replay back, it came off Tuanzebe's leg. So we were very unfortunate to concede that goal. But you know, I'm happy with the stuff that I saw today. Obviously, there were things that I weren't happy with. But yeah, and like I said, you've probably got no time to properly reflect on what happened today, because we got a game on Tuesday and we go again.
I think what you're right with that, Aaron, is these are these moments where there's part of me that's frustrated and there's elements we go, what's the point? Because if Chelsea, the likelihood is that in these next, everybody else has got 3 games in this Christmas period.
Yeah. The
likelihood is everybody's going to drop a point here or there. It's about what happens for us next. We need to beat Wolves in the next game now for me, and not allow 2 games on the bounce where we drop points. Neeks, I'm going to come to you next. Give me your thoughts and feelings, mate, after a deflating draw, or is it a positive point?
I'm delighted. No, I'm joking. I'm not delighted. Imagine this, some relegation mentality. No, I think I echo a lot of what's been said already. I think we're all pretty much on the same page when it comes to it. I think overall, like a draw away at Leicester, considering how well they're doing this season, our form is not the worst result. It's not the worst. A lot of people may have predicted a draw. Obviously, we always want the win. A lot of people may have predicted a draw, but it's just on the balance of how the game went. We took the lead twice and conceded within 10 minutes each time of actually taking the lead, which makes it feel like 2 points dropped. I don't think we played that well when you consider the football match over 90 minutes, but we definitely created more and better chances. But in terms of even like the control of the game, we could have scored, should have scored, not even could have, should have scored in the first minute. But between then and the next 20 minutes, we barely got our foot on the ball. Like we didn't, at no point did I feel we were in control of the game, but I did feel in control of Leicester in terms of stopping them from scoring. But yeah, I said for the next 20 minutes of the first half, I wasn't thinking a goal is coming for us. It just felt like the game was a bit scrappy on both sides. So I can't really complain because we didn't dominate the game, but we created a chance.
No, I hear that.
So it does feel like points drop.
You know what stood out to me, and I found annoying. We actually had 5, 6, maybe even 7 opportunities in the game to counter attack, and there was one like Dan James had one where easy ball through to Bruno, missed it. There was one where Dan James actually touch was great. The ball to Martial was amazing, and his final ball. Rashford had one way.
Our touches from back to front were just very heavy. Yeah, and so I said, then man, listen. All the pictures in the group chat we were sending of the drinks that everyone's enjoying yesterday, them man were enjoying.
Them man had that.
They got their group chat. They got their group chat and they were enjoying because everything was on. It was just bouncing.
Them man had the itis, bro. Them Martial today, bro, had the itis, fam. The way that he was today, itis, bro. That's what
it was. And that's the thing that was frustrating. I thought on this channel we don't try to scapegoat any one individual player. Every player today did 1 or 2 things that were brilliant and 1 or 2 things that were just like Bruno sets a goal up, and I don't even think that touch to Rashford was lucky. He knew what he was doing. He did the moth to the light thing again. Everyone got tracked into him. He flicks the ball around, but then it was him that gave the ball away, led to the first goal. Every single player had brilliant moments, sloppy moments today, which was frustrating.
But Terry, even so, I was going to say before you just go to the other guys, even the fact that Bruno gave it away, which was poor, and there was goal. Before that could have easily have happened 10, 15 minutes before. No, we kept losing the ball.
Wait, Nix, what do you mean? What do you mean Bruno get the ball? That was Paul Pogba, clearly. Paul Pogba.
To be fair, like I don't want to. Do you know what I mean? I know he gives the ball away a lot of times and stuff, and I get frustrated. But today specifically, because I said when he gave the ball away, we conceded. I was like, well, it was always going to happen one day that it will cost us a goal because he does that a lot, but we just never conceded from it. But to be fair, he loses the ball, but then there are 3, 4 other things that could have happened to
McTominay standing up like,
you know what I mean? For once, I agree with something Paul Scholes said. And man said at halftime, he said, McTominay's taking social distancing a bit too literal here. Do you know what I mean? Like he wasn't closing Barnes down. Do you know what I mean? So and then De Gea arguably could have saved that as well. But then plays in front of him. Do you know what I mean?
You know what I always think, boys, when it comes to football is when something goes in. Sometimes, like, you know, if you close someone down too much, they shoot, and I don't know, it deflects off you and goes in. People say, "Why did you get so close?" You don't, and they shoot, and it goes in. And I'm not giving.
He should have closed it down.
He should have closed it down. It was just that goal was almost like the perfect storm of 1 mistake, 2 mistakes, 3 mistakes, one after the other, and it leads to a goal. And the biggest problem, if we could have lasted actually 10 minutes after scoring each time and settled again, I think we'd have won the game. That was the bit that was most frustrating today. Alfie, I mean, we're all being called out in the chat here. must have read about 30 chats saying, Terry, why are you telling everyone you were title contenders? I don't think I've ever said that. The only one on it that said it is man like Alfie. Me and Alfie obviously look alike or something. What are you saying, Alfie, bro? What's today, brother?
You know, after hearing the man them speak, this is what you want. This is, as a United fan, what you want. Yeah, you wanna feel like you should have won that game. You had chances to win that game. You had chances to bury it. Yeah, you know we've been lacking that in a lot of games, especially in the beginning of the season, especially when Ollie takes a dip. Yeah, you really want to feel that this is the United feeling where you go into a game against your third, their second, and they're second by right. They're not second by chance. They're second by right, yeah? Today, let's not get this mistaken for everyone who wants to laugh or anyone who will say, aha, you're not in a title race. Bruv, we played second, yeah, and we're third, yeah? Get your place correct before you come with all them negative vibes, number one, yeah? You just remember who you're talking about. You're talking about number 2 versus number 3. And at the end of the day, we stay number 3 and they stay number 2, which shows it was pretty equal. We are up there in the table. We're not no fall off merchants like Arsenal. We're not these, frauds like Guardiola or Lampard, yeah? This is where we are. And that's a good, number one, that's a good feeling. I'm a bit down, I'm not gonna lie, because I believe we deserve to win that game. We deserve to win that game. I can't believe in the first minute we had a chance like that, and Rashford was still thinking about that turkey from yesterday. Really, bruv, yeah, I don't know. I honestly, yeah. Number one, number two. In all fairness, I think, yeah, that this might be one of those results when you look back at it, end of the year or beginning of like January, end of January, and you'd be like, you know what? Where did we expect to drop points against the top 6 teams potentially? But we're riding out every other result. Now, it might not go that way if we continue to lose. It might not, but it might. But it's difficult to be positive right now, man, because we deserve to win this game. We genuinely, you know what? In all honesty, the only thing that I think that I would, I want more from this particular game. I wanted more from this game is in the last 5 minutes. Where was the fight? So, Cavani came on, I understand, and yeah, we went 2-1 up. Yeah, where was the fight? United teams, yeah, they go in last 5 minutes. You're not getting out of your own half. That's how we play. I would have probably preferred to go down 2 goals in this game. No, I would have preferred it. You know why? Because all of a sudden, when you go down 2 goals, yeah, as a United team this season, you come back with this. You know what I mean? Do you know what I'm talking about? You come back with this flame in your belly, as if your girl's leaving you and trying to run after her, trying to get her back. Do you know what I mean? This is how you come back.
So hold on, but so you said something there that
I love you, Neeks.
You said something there that was interesting. That I'm only disappointed in this game because it was 2-2. When it was 1-1, I was like, if this ends 1-1, I'm okay. When it went 2-2, it hurt because of the last 5 minutes. And you're right. We should be taking possession and we should be taking control of the game, but we always do this. And it's the one thing that bothers me about our team is when we go up, we always sit back for just a little time. There's always about a 2-3 minute period. And this time, that 2-3 minute period is when they struck back. I think in the grand scheme of things, and this is where the positivity will stay with me, is we were law of averages. We were never going to win. What would this have been our 7th? What was it? 8th game away to win?
Yeah, we would have won every game.
Man United would have won today. That would have been 11 away victories on the bounce, which would have equaled a top flight English record. Yeah. So
that's a hard one to do, right? Law of averages. This was most likely going to be a draw, and it's better. People are saying we're bottle jobs. Well, no, we didn't lose the game. We have to remember that we didn't lose this game. It's a draw. And when we look back on this, the same thing with the City game in about whatever month's time, as long as we don't keep losing, we will look back on this game and be like, hey, we went away to Leicester and we gained a point. It all depends. I feel the same way a lot of people feel. It all depends on what our rivals do now. And that sucks. I hate that.
It depends on our rivals and then what we do in our next 2 games. So our next 2 games are at home to Wolves and Aston Villa. For me,
have to win.
Have to win both.
When people are talking about are you in a title race, win our 2 games in home, and we go as a matter of fact, we go into that. We could go into that game. It depends on the way the fixtures land. We will, when we're level on points, if we win those 2 games, we'll be 4 points behind Liverpool. We could be 7 points behind them if they've got that extra game. Does that make sense? Because they could obviously win today. But we could go into that game within touching distance of Liverpool, and then it's about what we do in it. A positive result in that game, who knows what can happen? But it's about moving forward. And as you say, I feel on a knife edge right now between feeling positive and negative over a game. One thing that did stand out as a massive positive, and I know he's going to be spoken about again, from an attacking point of view, there is no stopping Bruno Fernandes, is there?
None.
Yeah, we call him Captain America, yeah, the leader of the Avengers. We need to call him Captain Thanos, fam, because he's inevitable, bruv. He's inevitable, bruv. Like you can try and you can run, you can run from it, but destiny comes all the same, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like destiny arrives.
Did you guys see that video going around on Twitter where Rashford scored and then obviously he celebrates and then Bruno comes and then he says, "Did you see my assist?"
No, I didn't see it.
You guys see? This man, it made me laugh.
Bruno, he's inevitable.
In 28 games, he's got
31
goals.
31, yes, because he scored. You're right.
15, 15 and goals. Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's
nearly a year. It's nearly a full year.
Beyond the year, what's impressive?
Today was a penalty.
Oh yeah, I hear you. Yeah,
another penalty for Bruno.
But do you know what's? Yeah, another penalty. Do you know what's really impressed me about him more than anything else, Bruno Fernandes? When I sat in the studio, he's played in for Man United in all competitions though. 43 games, 26 goals, 16 assists. It's astronomical. It's astronomical. It's practically a 100% ratio.
That's like 42 goal contributions.
42 and 43. So it's 99 point something percent. It's out of this world, right? In terms of what he's contributed. Do you know what's amazing about it? It's when he came in, he'd had a 2.5 year spell where his goal to game ratio on a percentage base was something like 87%. And I remember when people came in today, it'll definitely dip now he's in the Premier League. This is why I'm so infused by him. It's improved. It's got better, and it hasn't got better in the first month, second month, third. It's 12 months in. It's astounding what Bruno Fernandes is doing. And do you know what I see every week with every performance from him? I see more and more people start to forget about, but he loses the ball here. Forget more and more people start to forget about penalties. More and more people you see every week a different group concede to go, either he is the best or he is absolutely world class. Like you just see every week. Like my little brother was chatting to me earlier, who's an Orient fan. He always likes sticking it to United players because of me, basically. And he messages me when he scored. He just went, "You are right about Fernandes. I apologize, bro." And I'm like, well, I don't say these things for effect. Like the guy's out of this world, and it's not he alone, but having a player like him does make it possible to think about winning titles. Because you just know that they're going to score, you know they're going to create something. And by the way, he should have had 2 assists today. Like Rashford should be scoring that header. And I'm Rashford's biggest fan, but I will criticize where criticism is needed. And it's a very poor miss.
That one-on-one. I just want to quickly touch on that one-on-one that you had. Is that a great save or is it a poor shot?
It's a great save.
That was a great save. Like, hand, did you see how strong the hand was?
Yeah,
that
and
was a great
it's
there.
in a split second. Yeah, that's at full speed.
He didn't even place it. He didn't place it. He banged it hard.
That's the thing.
Hard. Yeah, that's a save. That's a save.
I think it's a great save, 100%. And the reason why it's a great save, because for me, a world-class finisher may score. And if it takes a world-class finisher to say that's the only way that's going in, for me, it's a great save. I'm not saying Rashford's a world-class finisher, but if Ronaldo's in that position, yeah, you expect him to score. But it's bloody Ronaldo. I can't judge Rashford on Ronaldo's standard. For me, Rashford hit it with so much pace that most keepers, that's going past them before they've even blinked. Exactly. And somehow Schmeichel got the hand, and the hand was strong, as you said.
Yes, you're right, man. This is how you got to look at Rashford. If you're going to judge him by the elite player standards, and you've got to call him an elite player. If you say he's below the elite standard, why are you laughing at when he doesn't do things that elite players do? Remember, the only reason Rashford gets so much stick from rivals is because they know this kid is top class, and they just don't want to admit it. Do you know what I mean? How many people come on the show each weekend? Boys, did you see Iheanacho miss that chance today? Because you don't think about him as elite. Yeah. How many of you come on here chatting about dead players? You don't. You don't speak about Danny Welbeck. Well, hopefully we will be when Arsenal play.
Let's not take shots at Welbeck, man.
No, I'm not taking shots at Welbeck. It's when I heard people saying that Rashford will never even reach Welbeck's level. That's what I'm talking about. He surpassed Welbeck 2 years ago, but
Welbeck scored against Real Madrid for me, bro. Before the in the first leg before Nani got sent off, bro. So I don't know.
Quick one for eye test, yeah. You know this dribbling thing you was on about. Rashford ran multiple dribbles today and almost created chances, fam. So can we shut that down, please? Because I'm tired of hearing.
One thing, Terry, you made a good point when you say if you compare Rashford to the elite and then he doesn't do something elite, you can't. It's the same thing with people saying now we're bottle jobs and we're not doing, and we're a dead club, or we're in third and we were never in the title race to most of these people. We just got a draw with Leicester, who's supposed to be way better than us, but we're bottle jobs. It's one of the other people. It's either we're a dead club, we're not supposed to be in the title race at all. So when we draw to Leicester, you shouldn't be surprised. You can't come in here and say we're bottling the game.
And this is Leicester's first draw of the season.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's pick a side. So it's either United are challenging or we're not. So if we're not challenging, today is a good result for those people. For us as United fans, yes, we want them to win every game. So I'm sitting here just calling out the rivals who are saying we're bottle jobs and we were expected to win this game. We were expected to beat a team that's ahead of us? Really?
Like, I expected when I went into this game, we started this game, I fully went in and I foresaw the future. I was just like, we're gonna win this game, and I'm gonna start singing 21. I'm gonna be out here just, you know what I mean, just positive vibes today, yeah. And just telling everyone, listen, we are gonna win the league. That's exactly what I was expecting. So when we went 2-1 up, I was just like, you know what? please, yeah, please. And I wasn't best pleased with what I saw then thereafter. Do you know what I mean? Like, one of the key things I keep looking for every single game, every time we concede, I want to know the reason why we conceded. Forget how good the other team is. There are teams, they're great. They've got good players like that guy Tielemans today. He was absolute, and that guy Barnes. Wow, just you know what I mean. This guy, they were threatening. Yeah, I want to know why we're conceding. Every single time we concede, I want to see how did that happen. Was it our keeper fault? Was it the back four fault? Was it someone who was supposed to be protecting them that was at fault for letting a runner go? I want to know why. And so today's 2 goals that we conceded, I was not happy with the second one. Really, really was not. I saw that and I thought, you man are sleeping. What are you doing?
Who did you put the second one on? Who did you put that one on?
That one's difficult because it looked like the whole back four was sleeping. Just for
I'd say
the
all
whole
of them,
back,
all of them ball watch. No one was paying attention to Vardy and his movement, and that's my issue.
No one said Vardy ain't good. No one said Vardy ain't good.
I would look at the Perez running behind before I even look at the Vardy, because once he gets into that position, it's very difficult for especially the 2 centre backs who have to face the ball to know what you're going to do. But it's a running behind with Vardy that nobody's Perez, that no one's seen and no one's tracked. That
Vardy movement. You know that Vardy movement.
He goes in and comes out.
And comes out, and you're just like, bruv, you know what? Why are we going on like players don't do this though? Why are we going on like strikers don't move well in the box?
I know.
You know what I mean?
I listened to Glenn Hoddle say, and Glenn Hoddle was absolutely spot on when he said this, that defenders just don't move and think like strikers. How many times will you see in a season, forget your own team, the ball gets shot, the goalie like parries it, but an attacker beats a defender there, because attackers think like predators and defenders think like defenders. They don't think, their mindset isn't the same. For me, the biggest issue, I'm not looking at individual defensive mistakes and all of that. Both goals happened because we scored and we became negative. We sat back. We're like, let's try and absorb them for 10 minutes and then go on. We become too negative. It become a mindset thing. And after we did it once, as soon as we scored the second, I kind of sat there and I was like, we are going to concede them. And I could just feel it coming. A comment here says, that was not a great save, guys. He had a firm hand, yes, but it was hit right at him. He did not react.
Whoever, the fourth official needs some glasses, bro. Yeah? He needs VAR. The fourth official needs VAR to go back and look at that.
Rashford was clearly trying to put that in the far corner.
Sometimes I wish Rashford would because Rashford's issue is shot selection sometimes, and I think Nick said it, the finesse. Like sometimes you don't need to do the power driver, the pile driver. You don't need to do it all the time. Sometimes you just need to. You know what Martial and Rashford do? They do the opposite to each other. Martial's got all the finesse.
The goal that Bruno scored, he should have done that.
We've got all the finesse. Martial's got all the finesse, but sometimes Martial power drive it. You know what I'm saying? And Rashford's the opposite. He's got all the power drive, and there's no finesse. And both those players, both of them, just need a shot selection. Just choose the right type of shot in the right moments, and those two will be fine. But I wish you would give him the eyes as well. Like just give him the eyes. Look like you're going in that corner and just slide it. Slide it right there.
Interesting with it. Like I wanted Rashford to score, and I'm frustrated he didn't. But it's equally like the header is the one that I'd focus on. But these things happen, and I think sometimes Rashford for me and Martial by different groups are some of the most over scrutinized football players I've ever seen in my life, because players just missed. And I saw this like live when I was doing a watch along for the Paris Saint-Germain game. We saw Neymar and Mbappe miss a couple of chances or had their chances saved, and you can kind of see in the comments from people that don't watch French football, Mbappe missed. Yeah, he misses most of his shots because most players like the best kind of conversion rate you see for a season is 20 to 25%, which still means they're missing 3 of every 4 shots. Players do, and I sometimes think that Rashford, if he doesn't score every shot he has, every chance he has, he's just scored rubbish, and it just shows that people have either their back.
Look at today. Rashford had 3 shots, 1 goal. Bruno had, I think, 2 shots, 1 goal. Martial had 2 no goals, and Bruno had 3, 1 goal. Vardy had 3 shots, and I mean, technically now it's gone down as an own goal. So he hasn't even scored. Like Vardy was the Golden Boot winner last year. People would then say, if that was Vardy, he would have scored. If it was that person, he would have scored. If it was this person, well, this person and that person are also missing at the same rate. Now, everyone in terms of the quality of chance, like the first one. But the second one, as I said, for me, most strikers in the Premier League would not have scored the Rashford second chance. Aguero may have, Harry Kane may have. Anyone else, I'm not banking on it. I'm not putting no money on it.
You know, my biggest frustration today wasn't so much the lack of clinical edge in front of goal. It was a lack of clinical edge with that final pass on the counter attacks, because I think there could have been another goal. There would have been one more goal if those final balls came off. You know, if Martial was able to playing Rashford, Dan James playing Bruno, and if Rashford was able to play Dan James in on that right hand side, clean through. Those three stood out in my mind, where I don't even think it was great defending. It was just sloppy play. And look, this bounce back from this. Wolves next, you know, pick up the points there. Of course, other big games going on today as well. It's a big day in the Premier League, big couple of days in the Premier League. Kicking off at 3:00, you've got Crystal Palace, Villa, and Fulham versus Southampton. We'll all be hoping Fulham can do a little jobby there. I want all the relegation teams, by the way, to win this weekend.
Including Arsenal.
Especially Arsenal.
No, I don't. I actually don't mind Arsenal. This is the last game of the season that I now want Arsenal to lose. Just because because what I want, because I need this.
I need you to lose. You got money on this one.
You got a bet on what? Tell us how much it is.
Yo, I need this.
I need this because
That's what I needed.
what I'm waiting for is there's two people on it's a social media thing. Ty and my guy Gal. I love you both dearly, but I want to see that on here with us with our man Agal, and I want to see Ty say yes, we are in a relegation fight. Everyone moves, and like Burnley and Brighton and Fulham catch up with them on points, and they lose to Chelsea, and they're sitting there 17th. They can't quite go into 18th, but they could be a point off of it. I think that is. I don't think they're going to. They could go down, but I don't think they will in real terms. I just want the realization that we are in a relegation fight to set in, and then I'm happy for them to start beating and picking off everyone in the top six.
But Terry, imagine this.
But they got Chelsea
After Arsenal win 1-0, all these Lampard inners, these fake Lampard inners, these Chelsea fans all come in here. See, Lampard's not good. Lampard out. The outrage.
KJ, they're bubbling. They're bubbling. They're literally
on the edge.
You are just there. You need to turn down the fire, but I'm turning it right up maximum.
It needs to happen.
Are overcooked now, man. Them potatoes are overcooked. Boil that,
bro. Overcooked and under-seasoned, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. Do you want to hear a funny story about dinner yesterday at my house, right? So we gave some food. we bought a lot of food because we were meant to have family around. Obviously, nobody could come. So I cooked it all because it had to be made, and I went to some of the neighbors with food. And I said, "Look, I've got all these potatoes, all this veg, all these different bits and pieces. Does anyone want anything, right?" And I swear to God, this one lady's like, "Yeah, we'll take some of that veg, right?" And all it was carrots, and there was some parsnips, and there was some potatoes, and they were just seasoned, like standard seasoning, nothing spicy, just seasoning. And this one kid looks at him and said, "What's all that stuff on the carrot?" And I'm just thinking, I'm in white land here, innit? I'm surrounded by middle class white people, bro. I was like, "What's wrong with you?" It was a bit of garlic, a bit of basil, and a little bit of sage just sprinkled on top. They were like,
listen, Terry, I might have to start calling them core pagans, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's just a madness. I want to speak to
guys.
All right, brother. I'll speak to you soon. Cheers, mate. Chat to you later on, bruv. We've got man like Ches here. We've got man like Rack. I'm going to go to Rack first. What did you make of the performance today of both teams?
I thought you were pretty evenly matched. United obviously had the better chances, and if I was in that situation, I would be disappointed with the draw overall. But yeah, it was a pretty evenly matched team. Second against third, you both came away with a draw. I still say that if anyone's going to challenge us for a league title, then I want to see them win, a few games consistently against the other top six or top seven. I know you guys might be saying that you're not challengers, but obviously position in the league dictates that you're close enough to be considered that. But whether that's going to transpire into an actual challenge is up for debate, in my opinion.
Wait,
but overall.
Sorry, Rack. I was like one of the only man who said that Chelsea were going to lose today. Don't tell me I was backing you, man. Listen, if I said, "Oh, you fake Lampard inners," yeah, and you're not one of those fake Lampard inners, why are you upset? It don't apply to you, fam. You know what I mean? Everyone relax. I see people in the comments saying, "I'm Lampard in. I'm Lampard." Relax. If it don't apply to you, don't apply to you.
There's a comment here I want to put up. We normally don't do this because everybody else has put super chats in, but Danny here looking for attention is like, Rack, tell him the score. Palace beat them at home. Liverpool put 7 past Palace away. So remember by that logic, if Man United beat, and football is if, buts and maybes, if we beat Villa, say 2 or 3-0, does that mean we're better than Liverpool? That's what your logic is saying there, bruv. If we beat Villa, does that mean we're better than Liverpool? No. So Danny, bruv, take your head. You've eaten too much turkey, brother. Too much ham, too much duck, too much fish, whatever it is you have for Christmas dinner, brother. Go to the toilet, shit it out because it's coming out your mouth right now, bruv. Do you know what I mean? All that shit.
There's a comment, sorry, there's a comment in the chat from Karen B. Says Rack looks content, and he does. He's a Liverpool fan who's seen second and third take 2 points of each other, and he's just like, poor number 20 is coming. He's so content. Oh god,
Rack looks so content. He looks like his wife just said, "Listen, we can have a threesome with my fit friend that you like." That's what he looks like.
That happened last night.
Yeah! Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Ches, your Chelsea boys kick off in 2.5 hours' time. Are you feeling confident or are you you pooping up them Brussels a little bit, bro? What's going on?
I can't lie to you. I've been saying with the chat for time. I'm very concerned.
I didn't touch that. He's gone. He's gone. Man, Ches has got the worst. Well, honestly, I want to win the Euro Millions because I'm buying every member of the Football Terrace the best Wi-Fi in the world. I'm going to
tell me, you need to sort yourself out first before you do that.
I can't where I live. Where I live, you literally can't get better Wi-Fi than what I have.
You have to install like a whole
the Cavani sub should have been for McTominay. Pogba played so much better from a slightly deeper role. A little wasted on the left. # Ollie in. Look, I don't think there's any mistakes by Ollie today. I wouldn't really focus on any of that. I think they were all right. Pogba did some good stuff when he came on. Bad stuff. I saw him lose the ball twice in the middle when he should have played a simple pass. I saw McTominay sometimes be overzealous and actually rush in. He pressured too hard on players at times, and he got play past too easy. But then equally, like him and Fred made so many great interceptions. Fred today, man, of good tackles and interceptions he made. And then there were some times where
Fred was man of the match. For me,
he
might not have got to play.
Luke Shaw for me.
Really? I think Luke Shaw had a good game, but Fred was everywhere. Fred, he's underrated. He's underrated. He's
wasn't Fred. He was everywhere, but I think he did too many things wrong at times compared to Luke Shaw. What did Luke Shaw do wrong today? I mean, maybe the goal came from his side, so you could argue where was he. But I think everything he did was it was brilliant. I think he was very good.
Luke Shaw.
I'm not gonna come out. I'm not gonna have a big argument about Fred, Luke Shaw, but I just personally think Luke Shaw had a good game. But Fred is underrated. I said when we lost 6-1 to Spurs, I said Fred has to start every game.
I must say, United's pressing has improved dramatically over the last 10 games or so. Like you press much better now than
as much as I hate to admit it, it's because PP don't start when we want to press high. We have McFred. We have McFred.
We need to get rid of him. We need to let him go. Honestly, we need to let him go. We need to let him go.
You need to let it go, but let it go.
Let it go.
Because look, let me tell you, the reliance that we have. Look, again, I'm going to say this for the world to hear, I'm not denying that Pogba isn't sick. I'm not denying he hasn't got talent. I'm not denying that he's a World Cup winner. I'm not denying that he might be our best player after Bruno. I'm not denying any of that. I'm not denying that he will make the World 11 easy. The World 11, you put them together, Pogba will make it. But unfortunately, this reliance that we have on Pogba as a United team, you know what every single United fan watching at home was saying at halftime? Bring on Pogba. This is a reliance that we cannot afford because when he comes on,
I don't agree.
We need a squad. It's a squad.
Squad depth.
But listen. If he played as a squad member, and was happy about it, then I would be Pogba in. But he's not happy about being a squad member. He wants to start every game. This is what you man don't understand about his behavior. This is bad for the team. I didn't say that he's not a good.
Did he come on today and kick up a fuss? Did he stink up the? No, he didn't stink up the joint.
We'll see next week.
He played his part, and he's been playing his part this season.
Since he's played his part. KJ, since he's been coming off the bench and been rotated, he's been playing his part. It was when he was starting the first 3 games where he was absolute dog shy, but that's a lot to do with the fitness, the
time. Yeah, I get that. Look, I want to see more loyalty from him before I'm going to say, I want to see it.
But I think what it is, we're going to move on. I want to have a little chat about Arsenal-Chelsea before we end this stream. For me, though, when it comes to Pogba, I don't necessarily think it's as deep as determination or passion or dedication. I think the way Ollie wants to play sometimes just doesn't quite suit Paul Pogba, the player. And unfortunately for Paul Pogba, whether fans want to admit it or not, in that the one role that Pogba could play in Ollie's preferred system is where Bruno Fernandes plays. And Bruno Fernandes is always going to outscore and outcreate and out-assist him. And you can't go over, you can't not pick a guy that has got 100% goals to game ratio, goal contributions to game ratio for Manchester United. So for me, I think there's an element of Pogba wanting to go off somewhere else and be the Fernandes elsewhere. And I've got no issue with that as long as we get good money for him and we replace him with the guy that I was very impressed with today, Ndidi. We're going to move on. I want to talk a quick bit Arsenal-Chelsea. We've got a monster. Actually, we're going back to Ches because you cut off, brother. Not sure what happened. You said you were about playing Arsenal today.
Yeah, like, I don't know what it is. I said against the Wolves games, I was worried in a way because I have a feeling Arsenal will turn it around on us. I don't want them to, but I can imagine them just up for the game, Boxing Day. If they lose the game today, like, they're in a dire situation. If they lose today, like, they're in a bad place. Like, a bad place. So for that reason alone, and Chelsea's, like, poor, like, game form sort of thing, even though we won last game, that's why I have it like a draw. And it'll annoy me, but I was being real. Yeah.
What are you saying, Monster? Are you nervous about today's game against Arsenal? Is all that confidence from the other day, is that disappeared with the stuffing in Turkey?
Never. Listen, number one, Alfie boy. Don't you ever call Frank Lampard a fraud again. Put some respect.
Yeah, I heard
that
as well. Don't say that, please.
Don't do that again, bruv. You know what I mean? And second of all, listen, I'm confident we should win. If we don't win, I've already said this previously. If Chelsea don't win, I'm going to be gunning for Lampard's neck. I swear down, because
wait.
No, let me tell you why. No. Let me tell you why. Lampard, I'm not have nothing against Lampard. Obviously, he's our manager, but I'm not looking at him as Lampard, the legend. I'm looking at him as Lampard, the manager. And that's the difference between a lot of people. Stop looking at him as a legend and start looking at him as the manager. And I am backing him and everything, innit? But I'm saying if this is another top 10, well, Arsenal's not even a top 10 team. But it's like, bruv, you have to start proving to us you can beat the top teams. Don't change anything. Play the way you play. Because look at against Man United. We were playing good football before that. As soon as we played Man United, Lampard switched everything. Against Tottenham, the same thing. Let's play our football. Let's go out. Let's destroy these lot. Let's condemn them and finish them off. Yeah, let's finish them off and let's move on to win the title.
And why is Lampard a fraud in the first place? Makes no sense. People don't rate Lampard, and like he's doing an average job, which people expect him to do, and people are onto him about it. We're just giving him a chance as a manager, innit? Like,
listen. You see, you guys, you see this? You see what Monster just said there? This is why Arsenal need to win, because I need to see this.
Yes.
I need to see it, bro.
You know what it is? KJ, yeah? You see me, I have not even, you know me, people have been saying, I have been going at Liverpool a lot. Like, I haven't gone at Arsenal yet. Do you want to know the reason why I haven't gone at Arsenal? Terry said this to me privately. He said, don't worry. This was after the FA Cup defeat. He said, don't worry, let them get their confidence up now. You will get them probably in December. In December, that when everything comes crashing down is the time to get them. I've been waiting for this day. Oh yeah, you don't understand.
They
punished us. They punished us.
Don't do the judge, man. KJ,
you need terrible, man. You need to finish them first. Listen, Monster, listen to me.
Bro, judge or not, yeah, they cannot. They should not be beaten.
If they beat us, though, is an L.
You Chelsea fans need to stop being selfish today and lose, because what will happen? Wait. What will happen is, that whole gas for Arsenal fans will come back again. They'll get on your backs. They'll be like, oh yeah, you guys are crap, and then when they start losing again, it'll be more beautiful, fam. So do the good thing for everyone here. Lose today.
Monster said, I'm backing the manager, but I'm backing him only until 5:30, and then between 5:30 and 7:30, maybe my backing might change.
No. Do you know what it is?
that?
No. Rack. People need to remember. Yeah, people need to remember. This is Chelsea FC. This is not no joke club. Do you know what I mean? Chelsea FC is a top team. At the end of the day, let's be honest. Yeah, let's be honest. Chelsea, Man United, and Arsenal, the managers they have should have never been hired in the first place. If I'm being honest, if I'm being absolutely honest, should have never been hired in the first place. I don't know how they got the jobs anyway, but they got the jobs. I'm backing my manager regardless because I'm going to back my team and whatever in it. But I'm not going to, hold on. But I'm not going to sit here and lie. I'm not going to sit here and lie and be like, blah, 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 blah. No, I'm going to sit here and tell you the truth. Do you get what I mean? Because if it was Sarri, you saw how Chelsea fans treated Sarri. When Sarri was in charge, he ended up winning the Europa League and we finished third. But look at how they treated him. Has Lampard been any better than Sarri?
That wasn't good.
No. I hear what you're saying there.
No, but that's his point, Rack. He's saying it's worse now. He's saying the way they're playing now, maybe the points, etc., the position is worse than Sarri. Yet Sarri was hounded out, and Lampard is getting a bly. Now, what I would say is when you hire these managers like we have, so Arteta, Lampard, Solskjaer, you go there with a vision that you don't necessarily go with a Sarri or an Ancelotti or a Mourinho because you know their experience, they can get instant results. However, when it comes to Arteta, of course, the position he's in is unacceptable regardless of your experience. But I think the position that Lampard and Solskjaer are in for their experience and the reasons that or the expectation you give when you hire them, I don't think it's a time to be like X manager out or Y manager out. I think
you're misconstruing what I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm Lampard. I'm Lampard in. You don't have heard me. I bet Lampard and everything. But this one game,
one game
cannot lose, bro.
No excuses.
Can we agree that Lampard got the time? Because of the transfer windows, yeah. No. Like, otherwise, he's gone. Like, to finish fourth in a 3-man race, bruv. Yeah, for Roman, that's no, bruv. That's
I don't necessarily agree.
No, he didn't.
That's not true.
Listen, what can be the expectation when you couldn't get any players in for 2 windows?
Okay, I hear
what could be the expectation? No, how can I sack you? So he was just playing his like Russian roulette, and it's just like, no, you know what? You're not gonna get the bullet this season, no problem, because whatever in it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Right,
but
I think. Sorry. Go finish.
No, I was just saying. But this year. He said, "Look, I'm going to give you unlimited funds. You got unlimited dough, yeah. You buy in, you buy in your fraud Havertz and all of these men, yeah, bro. You buy them in, yeah. This man spent nearly 300 mil, however much he nearly spent, yeah. Now, if they don't make the top 3, top 2, maybe even win it or challenge, like we're somewhat challenging, yeah. If you don't challenge for the second position, because Liverpool look like they're going to run away with it, yeah. If you don't challenge for second position, he's gone." Let's be real.
Guys, let me just say, because I'm going to bring this to an end. I understand where you're coming. I also get where Monstar's coming from. It's about today's game. When you say step on Lampard's neck, I didn't even interpret that as a forever. It's today I'm going to, and this is where football fans are so polarized. It's like, if you're Lampard in, it's like, but I can't even criticize him at all. If you're Lampard out, it's like, I can't even praise him at all. Both those groups of people are weird human beings. And by the way, Blue super chat here about KJ. I see KJ wanting Arsenal to win is for longer term pain. That's what it is. Yeah. Like it's so basically he's seasoning them, he's marinating them, getting ready to barbecue them. He's like, unlike me today, I just want to fry him quickly. That make it.
It's about the long game. The long game.
He wants to like.
And also, it benefits
poker for 5 hours, where I just want to fry him quick, bruv.
Oh, listen. Also, it benefits United too. Why don't I want Chelsea to win when they can go near us and above us? Now, forget that, fam. Let them drop the points. Let them lose, and then win. We win. It's a win-win. We win.
You can't. Guys, you can't. This is one. I can lose any other game. I can't lose this game. Like, this is one Arsenal, game you can't. Like, every team.
You need to separate.
Wait, hold on. It's not even about just. It's not even about just being Arsenal. Obviously, I'm from Hoxton. Arsenal, them man be punishing us for years while I was a kid, innit? But if I'm being honest with you, Arsenal have the worst form probably in the Premier League. Every team in the league can beat Arsenal. Every team has been whooping Arsenal, and if we can't beat them. That is a problem.
Monster, I feel you. I tell you why I feel you, because
United never whooped them. We never whooped them. And
before the Arsenal game, I said, I think I said it in a stream I put on social media. I said, if we lose, if we lose this Arsenal team, I might slit my throat. And people were like, it was only 5 games into the season. You're overrating Man United. I said, no, I'm not. I think this Arsenal team are utter trash. And to lose to them is a disgrace. Like, we lost the game, cool. And I'm not saying sack Solskjaer, we lost. But it's a disgrace. Regardless, we could go and win the league. It's still a disgrace that you lost to Arsenal.
Today.
I'm not chasing.
Losing to them now.
We lose
now.
Bro. You guys control
now because now they're laying down. Now they're on the ground, bro. If you're gonna lose to someone who's already who's like powerless,
imagine I can't have troops or DT them man dancing on me, bro. I just can't have it.
We are going to be live straight after that game. Just a shout out to a lot of people saying Rashford isn't clinical enough. 19 goal contributions in 22 games this season for Manchester United. So if you can find me, I reckon we can't go above 10 players in Europeans' top 4 leagues that have a better goal contribution to game ratio than Rashford this season on a percentage basis. You might be able to find them for me. Remember, that's Serie A, La Liga, the Bundesliga, and the Premier League. Go find them for me. I want to see who they are. I'm going to stretch out to 12 players just to see. And then how many of them 12 players are signable by Manchester United? Then you'll get your answer. Arsenal, Chelsea, we're live straight after the game. So make sure you're here for the Football Terrace. Whatever happens, it's going to be epic. Until then, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your Christmases and Boxing Days with no family round. Everyone's social media was very quiet yesterday. That was strange. Until then, everyone, take care of yourselves. Goodbye. Boris, you're a prick. Peace.